Hey, this is Dave with Taboo Customs. This video today, we are going to be replacing the turn signal switch in this 98 Jeep TJ Wrangler behind me. Now, this specific part number of turn signal switch was used from 97 to 2000 in the Wranglers, and then from 97 to 2001 in the Jeep Cherokee. So the ones that were used in the Wranglers from 2001 to 2003 are probably, the process is probably going to be somewhat similar, but specifically this is going to be for those 97 to 2000 Jeep TJs. So obviously we have issues with our turn signal switch in this Jeep. The issue is on this one is that we are putting the turn signal on, we make our turn, the turn signal does not shut off. So we've already gone through, we've replaced the clock spring in this Jeep, and that clock spring actually interfaces with this little lever at the bottom, so we know that the clock spring is not the issue. So now we are moving on to replace the turn signal switch in our TJ. So let's get started. So to get us started, we're going to have to start removing some panels. So we're going to need to remove this bottom cover panel here underneath the steering column, and then we're going to need to remove both pieces of the actual steering column cover here itself. Now, to remove this bottom panel, it's pretty simple. There's going to be two screws on either side. A lot of times these are torque screws, but if someone has gone in and pulled this panel off a lot, like in this Jeep, it may be something different. They are Torx. They are typically, I believe, T15. Ours, though, are Phillips. Make sure you pull the key out. The easiest way to get this off is put the steering column all the way up, pop it over the headlight switch, pull down, and it just pulls out. For your two pieces here on the steering column, these pieces have 3 screws down here at the bottom. Similar, again, they may be Torx. Ours are actually, I believe, Phillips again. And our third one is gone because someone cut the piece off. Now for the top cover, easiest to pull the column down. Have to go over the tilt and pull it up and off. So the next step is we will need to take these 2 screws out of the top here, because there is a cover that covers the turn signal switch. These, at least in this Jeep, are T20. So we'll just go ahead and pull those out, and we can pull that cover off. All right, with the cover removed, we can push the tilt lever forward and then raise up on the turn signal. Now from here, we'll need to pull out the 2 connectors from the back of the turn signal, and then we can start reinstalling the new turn signal. So real quick, before we install the new switch, let's take a look, and I can show you that we can verify that the old switch was broken. Now, if you put on the turn signal, whenever the steering wheel comes around, it hits, the clock spring hits this little arm, it's supposed to reset it whenever it hits it. It actually goes kind of in the opposite way of the way you're turning on the turn signal. And you can see here also, we notice that this little piece here that falls inside the slot is broken. And I think that's what actually, because you see this, that's what actually gives this arm its leverage to shut off the turn signal. So it looks like the root cause was this little piece here breaking off. Now, as I mentioned, with the new turn signal, put on the turn signal, goes in the opposite way. Whenever it comes around and hits it, shuts it off. So as you can see, when that little piece broke, it just did not have the leverage anymore to actually shut the turn signal off. All right, now for reinstallation, I like to put a little bit of dielectric grease on any of my connectors. Just make sure we get good connection, prevent some corrosion. Install our two connectors, which go pretty easily. Hazards work. So I had to say it would go easily. There we go. All right, get it back in place. Just sits down on top of, there's a little boss here. There's a small hole in the bottom, fits down into. Really pretty easy. Next, we'll take our cover. And first we're gonna go actually clean up this cover a little bit. All right, we got our cover back in place, installed our two screws at the top. Remember that there is a screw here at the bottom. On our Jeep, this screw was actually missing. So make sure that for ours, since it was missing, we installed another screw down there. If you push your tilt lever forward, you'll need to pull it back. Now, make sure that the tilt lever still has the cable attached to, if it came out like this one, you'll have to push the lever back forward, twist this cable until you can get it into the hole in the top, and then as you pull it forward, the cable will go into the slot. Kind of hard to do with one hand, so we'll have to do that here in just a second. Now, once you get that done, you can start putting your covers back on the column. So there you have it, a pretty simple fix really. A couple of screwdrivers and some Torx bits, and you can swap out your turn signal lever if your turn signals are not self-correcting. So thanks for watching. As always, you can visit our website if you're looking for any Taboo Customs product, skid plates, armor, rust repair, those types of things. You can also reach us on Facebook and Instagram, and as always, a like or subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thanks.